Yes. Okay, so this was my outfit for the day. So this is how I look like at work. So where I work, we have to stick to like black and white. You know, we have like company colors that we stick to. So I just picked black. So most of my work clothes are black. So yeah. I almost said my TikTok intro like, hi, my name is Oli the Candle Maker. Or are you interested in learning how to create candles? I don't really know what I'm gonna have for dinner today. I am not really in the mood to cook. Yesterday I had bread. I had bread yesterday, last night, and today, even at work. So I don't want to get too constipated. You know, bread like double times. It's just not a good idea. So I'm gonna now take off these clothes and I'm gonna go into my fridge and like have a look at what I have, what I can make fast. Scent wise, yes, I am a candle maker, and I saw these nice scents that I want to try out for my candles. I just need to place an order for the scents, for the fragrances. My only problem with with ordering now is that I'm not gonna be around. So who's then gonna receive it for me? And then I get too excited in terms of anything only the candle maker, because I wanna be there, I wanna create that candle right there. So now, I'm just having like a Sprite. No, not a Sprite. I had a Sprite during the weekend. Tris Grenadilla. I love it. Tris Grenadilla. Period. So let me get into the procedure that I'll be doing. Now that I'm relaxed and I'm in my clothes at home, the colors don't match. Yeah, I'm wearing pink, I'm wearing gray. So let's just get a little bit comfortable. Gonna sit in the bed. And then we're gonna get into my procedure. So my doctor is really, she said she doesn't do laparoscopic. I saw a lot of videos online when people are getting their fibroids removed, they're doing them laparoscopic, and my doctor doesn't do it like laparoscopically. So yeah, so I'm just looking for the email that she sent me, and I'm also checking if my business number, I didn't get any inquiries during the day, because those are some of the things that when I get home I make sure I do. I open this phone and check if someone called or texted, so on and so forth. In terms of the candle making aspect of my life. So I'll be getting my myomectomy. So this is like my consent form. So I need to really, I've read it through in terms of the procedure, what they're going to be doing, so on and so forth. So this is the consent form where you literally agree or disagree. You consent to anesthesia because this my is being performed under anesthesia. And then the information that the doctor does send through is that it gives much detail in terms of that. As you can see, it says, what is a fibroid? A fibroid is a non-cancerous growth that develops in or around the womb, uterus. The growths are made up of muscle and fibrous tissue and vary in size. They are sometimes known as uterine myomasses. Many women are unaware they have fibroids because they do not experience any symptoms. However, some women may experience symptoms. Okay, so this is the symptoms that they're speaking about. These are including heavy periods, painful periods, tummy, abdominal pain, as low as lower back pain, and frequent need to urinate, and constipation, pain or discomfort during lovemaking. And then we're gonna get into like the procedure that I will be doing, which is the abdominal myomectomy. Excuse me, I can't pronounce or clearly read. So what's going to be happening is that the doctor will then cut my uterus via an incision. So they're saying an incision through the abdominal wall. Usually an incision is made across the lower part of the abdomen. In some cases the incision may need to be made vertically in the middle line of the abdomen. The fibroids are then surgically removed, and the incisions in the uterus, abdominal wall and skin are closed with sutures, stitches. So basically that is how my doctor will be then removing my fibroids. So let's get into my MRI. I did an MRI when I was in hospital. So a few weeks ago, I didn't really vlog or like film that part because I was in hospital for like 6 days, and then I did get the urge to record, but I didn't want to because I felt like everything was just crashing down. So how did we get where we are? How did we get here? So we got here after I experienced painful periods where I couldn't walk. My lower abdomen was painful. My lower back was not really functional. I was in excruciating pain. I was unable to go to work for that first day. Then the second day, I went to my GP, when then my GP then referred me to a gynae. So I went to my GP on, I think it was a Thursday. And then the following week, I had my scheduled appointment with my new gynae through the referral letter from my GP. So when I went for my first initial appointment with the gynae, she checked me, did all of the nice tests. We did the test that you do for the cervical cancer that every woman has to do. So I have been delaying it. I forgot the name of that. A pap smear. So we did a pap smear, and then with the pap smear we also did a scanning. The doctor did scan my uterus, and then that's when the doctor noticed or saw my fibroids. So my fibroids were there, clearly visible in the scanning process. And then one thing that the doctor didn't like is that there was some buildup of a fluid in one of my ovaries, and then the doctor then established that it's an infection. And then her worry and concern at that time was that that infection is gonna cause my ovary not to work. So the solution the doctor offered was to admit me at the hospital, and then I go onto antibiotics. So that appointment was on a Wednesday, and then the doctor was like, come tomorrow on a Thursday for your admission. So that's when my initial admission began, on the Thursday. I got admitted, so I stayed in the hospital. I got discharged on a Tuesday or Monday, somewhere there, I forgot. But then during those days, I was on heavy antibiotics. Luckily my mom was able to come and visit me. My boyfriend also came to visit me. So mentally I was doing okay. I was kind of strong. For some weird reason, I was watching a lot of medical dramas. I was watching The Resident while I was in hospital. So that stay was not that difficult. And then on the Monday, I was then scheduled to get my MRI. So Now I want to read to you in detail what my MRI said in terms of my fibroids. So we're now going to get in a little bit deeper in terms of my fibroids.